Yo, 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 what's happening? Peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life on that heart frequency. Just going with our own personal flows. So right quick, I'm going to talk about the full moon in Taurus. Just going off some of my notes I've been taking over the last couple of days, which actually right now, the full moon in Taurus is actually a couple of days away. But, it's always important to start with these energies now. And for most of us that are, sensitive to energies, have, kind of empathic vibes or something like that, we usually catch the energy, a week in advance or uh, even greater times more than that. But anyways, yeah, full moon in Taurus. It's going to be October 24th through the 26th. I always think it lasts like at least a couple of days, maybe a day before, but it's usually like 3 days or so until the moon starts to wax or shed or whatever he wants to call it. But yeah, right now we are leading up to the full moon in Taurus, and this full moon is all about values. What do you value? Where do you place your values? Because it's fixed Earth, and fixed Earth. Taurus deals with the arousal of your senses. The master of your five senses. Being taste, touch, sight, hearing, and smell, as well as it deals with that both in the spirit realm and in the physical realm. So the physical realm is the normal senses, taste, touch, sight, hear, and smell. And the sixth sense too, which is kind of like spirit, which actually there is more than five senses, more than the six senses, basically upwards of 9 senses or more. But that's a whole nother video, so let's not get into that. But it is dealing with the master of the five senses, Taurus. And so like for like an example, in the spirit realm, like an example of, like in the physical realm, it's taste. It's something you taste. You have a particular taste, like whether it's sweet, spicy, salty, whatever. But in the spirit realm, it would be something like taste. You have good taste. You have you have good taste. You have a good style. That's what it is in the spirit realm, because it reflects and refers back to the physical, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But yeah, this full moon is all about where you place your values, and not being too stubborn in where you place your values either. And it's kind of like it deals with that fixed Earth, being fixated on your personal senses, your personal ways of attaching and detaching. But at the same time, too, it's kind of like it's going to be like a realization or reflection or just internal insight of what you no longer need, basically. Cause I have like a side note here, kind of, just catching a vibe. It's bendable, but not breakable. So, the things that you are in alignment with, the things that you're really in tune with, the things that really are beneficial to you are going to be able to bend. They're going to be flexible. But things that break, things that snap, those are things that you might want to consider detaching from. Might want to consider letting go. You know what I mean? Now, with this getting into it too, also, it's also just kind of like a important thing to keep in mind, as well as do your own internal research on as well, about what are you fixating on, what are you focusing on. Focus your flow on the things that you wish to build. Taurus is the like structure, whereas like dealing with the earth signs right quick, Capricorn would be like the blueprint. You're drawing it up, the plans on which you wish to take action on. Taurus is the building, the physical manifestation of it. And what's it called? Damn, I'm spacing out. Come on, where's it at? Virgo would be like the details after the fact, analyzing what could be better. You know what I mean? But let's not get into that too much. It's mostly just about Taurus, dealing about your five senses, where you place value, what you place value in, and what you wish or want to take inspired action to focus your flow on, so you can strengthen that manifestation, strengthen that direction you wish to take. Because like everything keeps leading up. Like each new moon or full moon kind of leads within itself. It's it's just a development of our spiritual journey. At times we have our times of highness, we have our times of lowness, we have our times back and forth between our expansion and contraction. As actually getting into this too, I'm gonna do like a quick totem of the day, a quick totem reading. Totem animals, spirit animals, whatever you want to call it. Just about how these things kind of just are cohesive. How these things are cohesive, how it all comes together, how it all wraps up, how it all, as above so below, how it all, just shows the broad view, the big picture of everything. I'm kind of like spacey here. After I finish this video, I'm gonna need to get something to eat, ground myself a little bit, because I'm getting a little bit too spacey. But yeah, I want to talk about, this relation with the totems of the day. So the first one would be peacock, the second one would be seagull, and the third one would be condor, aka condor is like a relation to the vulture family or something like that. But yeah, first thing I want to talk about is peacock. So peacock is letting yourself stand out, letting yourself be noticed, just being appreciative and grateful for your natural shine. And it is, a bird, so you're kind of up in the air. You have that clairvoyance, that radiance, and that attractiveness and confidence within your being to do what you want to do, and do it in your own unique way, your own unique flow, without judgment, without anything holding you back. Just doing it your way, no matter what. So that's what peacock's about. And I kind of see how each of these reflect, or just really how everything comes full circle within this energy coming up with this full moon. But yeah, let me get into the second one as well, dealing with seagull. So seagull is kind of dealing with that swiftness, that emotional messenger, and that emotional awareness. When you're in tune and when you're out of tune, when you're in alignment, when you're out of alignment. Also dealing with the versatile and opportunistic, being at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing in the right moment. Perfect timing. And then condor, Pachamama, aka Mother Earth, that deals very much so with Mother Earth, being self-sustainable, having your own unique perspective, as well as being able to view things from multiple perspectives. And it also deals with death and birth, aka detachment and attachment. One and the same. Who's to blame? You know what I mean? But yeah, and I just kind of I was just catching a vibe when I was doing this totem reading, totem of the day, that is. And on how this vibration, as I'm doing this on this day, it gives off the vibration of 16. And 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. Your 7th house, your 7th sign, which is Libra. And the sun is in Libra. How we just had that last moon, the last couple of moons, and we're all dealing with this balanced season. Everything's in balance. Balance dealing with the hips. Libra's dealing with the hips. Meet me halfway and everything will be okay. Libra dealing with your hips, your own personal balance, your own positive, your own negative. Being able to see things from both sides of the coin. Because it's not separate, it's one and the same. And yeah, with this moon, it's a full moon in Taurus. Taurus deals with the throat, your voice, being able to speak up, speak confident, and being able to defend yourself too. But at the same time, it's not about that. It's just about expressing yourself in an authentic way. Being solid in that foundation, being solid with your expression, being confident with your expression, that is too. And how Venus and various other planets or stars or whatever you want to call it is dealing with that Scorpio energy. Scorpio is that fixed water, dealing with that emotional awareness, being fixated on your emotional awareness, being able to tune in to the parts of you that's, pardon me, in balance and out of balance. It's all about staying in tune, transmuting that imbalance, that the energy that's not always in balance, to neutral, so you can use it for a new beneficial aspect to your being. It's all about staying in tune, staying in alignment, staying in balance. That fresh spirit energy. Spirit was first and foremost. And how Scorpio does with the sexual organs. Having that fertility, having that creativity to, create new things, and have those things, not only take root, most definitely take root, but also be able to bear fruits. The fruits from your labor. So yeah, so let me get back into this real quick. I'm kind of jumping off into a couple other things, but Seagull is now a time of deep emotional healing, and like I said, it's kind of dealing with that swiftness back and forth. And I see the correlation between Scorpio with that one, because it definitely connects to your emotions. Your emotional balance, your emotional imbalance. And the only person that knows when you're truly in tune, your true balance is you. Nobody else is here to say this or that. But I definitely see the correlation there, and that's why it's a very good totem to work with at this time. It's just one I was catching a vibe with. And also, Condor kind of deals with, like I said, it's kind of like the broad view. The time to know to detach, or the right place to attach. The things that really resonate with you. It's sometimes like, it's not always about taking action all the time. Sometimes you gotta lounge, lay back. Like I said, look at things from the big picture, the broad view. Have that bird's eye view. I usually say that eagle's vision, or that hawk's eye, but in this case it's the condor, the seagull, and the peacock, dealing with all three. Which it's kind of like we're doing everything from a place of up in the air, in our own unique way, but at the same time having that earthly vibe, being able to ground ourselves at the right time, the right place. That all ties back into Libra too, having that balance, those hips, having that balance. Being able to ground ourselves, being up in the air, having that, expressive, creative ideas, those new, innovative ways, but being able to ground it, being able to voice our Taurus, being able to voice our relativeness in a way that can be, our relativeness, our perspective in a unique way that could be, not too far out. Just a mix of both, that just right, that just perfect place, that happy place, I guess you could say. That being said, too, I don't know if I went in depth enough with those, but that's kind of just all I want to express right now. So I'm gonna get back into the full moon in Taurus. And how it's all about what I love, I value. What you love, you value. You and I and you. Your authentic truth. Your authentic values. Being able to realization, that crystal clear vision, that clairvoyance to see the things that really resonate with you on a real level, and why they resonate with you, and the way in which you want to create and build upon those things. Most definitely. Also, that being said too, like, you definitely want to, let go of those things that are breakable or broken or stale or stagnant, things that are not serving you along your spiritual path, along your spiritual journey, most definitely. And for whatever reason, I feel like that's almost basically all I have to say. There's a lot more that I could express on this, but I kind of want to just leave it open for, everybody to, just whatever resonates, they can take and go with it their way. They can take and flow with it their way. That's all about your personal flow, your personal expansion and contraction. Being able to manifest, build upon, and reflect on those person, places, and things that are in your life that resonate with you. But like I said, it's all about dealing with this energy, the sun in Libra, the moon, full moon in Taurus coming up. Scorpio having a couple different planets. Venus is various others. My bad for space and other ones, but I don't want to be misleading with any information. But it's all about that energy right now. Dealing with that air element, being up in the air. That cardinal air, being able to balance things in an innovative way. Taurus, dealing with that fixed earth. Where you place value. Focus in on your flow. Focus on the things you really place value. And do it in a compassionate, loving way. Flow through your unconditional love. Always have that unconditional love within you. We have it within us. So by all means, we can give it. We can get it. And balance that emotion. We're gonna have emotional things where we're happy, where we're sad, but we're here to create our experience. So by all means, do more of what you love too, and let go of what doesn't resonate, what doesn't feel right, what doesn't. Just all about connecting with that intuition and connecting with that intuitive eye. That just flowing through spirit first and foremost, man. That's really all I got to say. I'm gonna drop a couple crystals too. Just to. Pardon me, I don't know why I'm like almost burping and stuff. I guess it's been a lot of that tea and water I've been drinking lately, but whatever it being that. But yeah, definitely some beneficial crystals to work with. Is actually shout out. I actually forgot who it was, but sending you telepathic message, telepathic message of unconditional love. Somebody was talking about how it's very beneficial to work with copper-based crystals, and I feel that's very much so true because I was actually working with emerald recently. Emerald, dealing with that that archive of truthful info, aka dealing with memory, both the memory of past experiences, past lives, whether in this dimension or not, in this realm or not. As well as, memories are usually pure. Or not usually, but almost always pure, because you are going to remember, have that memory of truthful in that moment. That present now. Which is where we live in first and foremost and always, right? That's a place where everything is in harmony, the now. But we have these times where we reflect on the past. We look towards the future. But now is where we live, right? 100%. Also, that being said too, emeralds are very beneficial, beautiful crystal to work with at this time. Also deals very much so with the heart chakra, healing of the heart, prosperity and abundance. Just staying in tune with that truthful vibe, that not necessarily what you're thinking, because sometimes what you're thinking could be, you can get tangled up in that web of the mind. But if you really can stay in tune with your highest self, stay in tune with the Most High and I, with your Most High self, stay in tune with your spirit essence, first, foremost, and always, then you can really trust your thoughts. You can know the thoughts that you're thinking are really yours. But more so just letting the mind drift with the current in the heart, because the heart is the truthful essence. The heart and high heart that is. So as always, as it is a full moon coming up, and also, I didn't mention it, I don't think last time in the new moon, but anytime you're dealing with the moon energy, it's very beneficial to work with moonstone. There's various different types of moonstone, I guess you could say, but my preferred one is rainbow moonstone, that is. So I always recommend that one. That one's a very beneficial, beautiful crystal to work with. Rainbow moonstone, dealing with that high heart energy, kind of like that storm element type energy. Also, just like I said in the video that I did actually a couple days ago, dealing with, just green crystals in general. That was kind of like the early vibe I was catching. More so that video was about, the Venus retrograde is still continuing and going on. But then also you can see how that deals with that Taurus energy, because one of the Taurus colors is green. Green or like brown sometimes, kind of like almost like a camouflage type vibe sometimes. But it's usually green, so like any green heart chakra or high heart crystal would be beneficial to work with at the time. So just to shout a couple out, that would be green adventuring, peridot, even like aquamarine or amazonite, which actually I got some on my necklace right here. Moldavite would actually be a very beneficial crystal to work with too, because that's dealing with like the heart, but as well as dealing with like the crown and other things as well. Even like a personal zodiac crystal or a personal crystal that you really resonate with. Even like definitely like, I don't want to like put too much like you should work with this, you should work with this. No, it's about what you really resonate with. But like most definitely heart chakra type crystals, high heart type crystals, as well as some crown or third eye type crystals. Whether that's different types of quartz are always a beneficial one to work with during the full moon, as well as like a personal zodiac, like I had mentioned, as well as something to deal with that root or that Earth star, just that connection to Mama Earth. For instance, like a black tourmaline, hematite would be kind of good to work with at this time as well. Garnet or star ruby will be good because that works with not only the root but also the heart at the same time. But yeah, it's just about what you intuitively feel, what you personally feel, most definitely. Also, malachite would be a very beneficial one to work with. Certain times that one is going to bring out a lot of inner emotions, so if you have a little bit of an imbalance, that might be a harder one to work with. But it can be paired with something like selenite or a quartz. But a quartz is definitely going to amplify that even more. So if you do have an imbalance, you might not want to work with that one. But if you are in alignment, in tune, then I would highly recommend that one as well. A quartz with malachite, or malachite with selenite, or just malachite in general, or just a quartz in general. Just whatever really resonates with you, whatever you really feel in tune with. Most definitely. But yeah, malachite deals with that divine feminine energy, that emotion. It deals with the heart or the heart chakra, also the high heart energy, as well as the intuitive eye or the first eye, third eye, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, definitely deals with that. I'd also recommend, there's something else I wanted to recommend too. See, I mentioned think that's it right now. I think that's basically it. But yeah, I mean, just keep in mind that, with this energy, it'll be very beneficial to work with the totems peacock, seagull, and condor. Because the sun is in Libra, aka the hips. I didn't say nips, I didn't say lips, I said hips. You feel what I'm saying? Hips, the balance. Full moon Taurus, the voice, aka the throat, being able to express your truth from a grounded perspective, I guess you could say. Dealing with those planets, I think Venus is in Scorpio. I don't remember the other 2 or 3 or whatever it is at this point. But Scorpio dealing with the sexual organs, the creativity, the fertility, to fuel your dreams, manifest your dreams, and taking inspired action on your desires. But yeah, that's basically it. I know this is a little bit chaotic, a little bit scattered at this time, but I'm just gonna go with it, let it be how it's gonna be. If it resonates, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool too. But peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life from that heart frequency. Yeah, that's basically it.